Today's a super exciting day. I had packages show up. I had parts show up for the Focus ST. So we're gonna open those up, take a look at it, and I'm gonna be about ready to put them on in a week and a half. So this is probably part of that video. But today I'm gonna open up the packages, show you guys what I got. I'm super excited. I've been waiting on these parts for like a month and a half now, been on back order. So let's take a look, see what we've got going on here. Like I said, a few packages showed up. I'm just gonna kind of go through those, show you what we've got here. The first package from Whoosh is a pack of new exhaust holders, new exhaust brackets for the car. I'm doing a Cat-Back exhaust, wanted something a little bit better than the factory rubber hangers. So Whoosh had an offering for some aftermarket hangers that I went ahead and placed an order for, and those did arrive. They're yellow, which is different than the pictures on the website, but I've seen they come in black, they come in red. These just happen to be yellow this time. They're actually labeled with the Whoosh logo on there, which is kind of cool. Not that anyone's ever going to see them underneath the car, but they sent some goodies, and I like goodies. I'm a big fan of goodies, and Whoosh kind of hooks you up with goodies. So a couple stickers, throw those on the toolbox or something. I don't really stick stickers on my car. Air freshener, probably pumpkin spice, looking at it there. It's exciting. This is like my 4th air freshener from Whoosh now. And then honestly, the thing I'm super excited about, and thank you to the entire team at Whoosh for sending me this, because I was gonna order one, now I don't have to. An ST keychain. That's awesome. I wanted this, and the only other thing I wanted I don't have yet is a license plate frame, just to kind of show off a little bit. But I'm excited about that. I was gonna order one, now I don't have to, so thank you guys, that's amazing. But these hangers, a lot more rigid, sturdy, harder than the factory ones. So they're gonna hold that aftermarket exhaust in place and not let it roll around, rattle around under there, which I've heard tends to happen sometimes. And it does come with the 4th hanger, which the stock exhaust only has 3 hangers holding it up, and there's a place for a 4th hanger. So this kit from Whoosh does come with the 4th hanger, allowing you to use that bracket. So that's super exciting. But seriously, look at that keychain. That's exciting. I love this thing. I wanted one of these for real. So thank you, thank you, thank you. The next item that arrived is the item that's actually been on back order. That's kind of held up my progress on installing my exhaust. I wanted to do everything at the same time, but I got a off-road catless downpipe, also from Whoosh, which I'm super excited about. Had an amazing price on it. Has great reviews. So I'm super excited about that. Saving literally hundreds of dollars by ordering this thing through Whoosh instead of using one of the big name downpipes. And I've already kind of peeked in here just so you know, but I want to show this to you guys. So, comes with paper, and as you guys know from one of my last videos, cats love paper. I don't have a cat in my garage though, so I'm just gonna recycle this. Look, another air freshener, and this one I am going to guess, based on the fact there's candy canes on there, is gonna be peppermint. Can never have enough air fresheners. Well, you can have too many air fresheners, but never enough probably. It does come with a nice gasket here to connect the downpipe to the rest of your exhaust with some new bolts. That actually looks like it's a really nice gasket. The one thing I didn't realize that it comes with, and I'm glad it does, because in states where emissions testing is a thing and check engine lights are a thing, on the catless downpipe, you need one of these defowlers, and they include one. And with it, they include the copper gasket plus the different adapters in there. So that way you can set it up, install your oxygen sensor in there so your check engine light doesn't come on, which is really cool. So nice little bonus there is the downpipe. And guys, this thing looks awesome. Like I said, it was inexpensive compared to some other ones, but the quality of this thing is solid, guys. This thing is nice. You got your bungs for your O2 sensors. They come kind of plugged from shipping and stuff on there. An amazing weld on the flange. Like if you guys can see that, that's a really good weld I feel really, really good about that. And same on the other end. Again, another really good weld. Got the mounting brackets there for the back. So this thing's gonna kind of sit in there, and love the little logo welded on there. But this thing looks nice. I am super impressed by the way this thing looks right now. Yeah, this is nice, especially for the price. And then the next package, Cat-Back Roush exhaust system, 3-inch for the Focus ST. Comes with some warranty information there, kind of the install instructions as well, it looks like there. All right. Clamps, a gasket, all kinds of fun stuff right there for the install. Tips, I was wrong. So these are the exhaust tips, the 2 of them in here. Nice chrome tips with that nice rolled edge right there. Oh, that's going to be sharp on there, guys. That's going to look nice. There's those adapter pipes I was talking about. One will be the... And there's the actual tailpipe piece that those chrome tips will go on there. And then we're actually getting down to the actual pipe here. All right, so... there's the resonator for this setup. Nice Roush resonator there. It's going to have a couple of different sections. This is going to be the rear piece. I know that because it's got these long hanger things on it. So this will kind of go up over the axle on the back side here. And this is where the tailpipes will connect. We've got the piece that will connect to that. And then head up to the front of the car and connect to the pipe adapter for the downpipe. But like I said, we'll be doing the full exhaust system. I'll be doing the rear motor mount at the same time. You'll recall from one of my previous videos, I got a Whoosh racing rear motor mount, so it's a little bit stiffer than their street version. So I'll be putting that on the same time as I do my downpipe, do the Cat-Back, get all of that done at the same time. So I'm super excited to hear the sound difference. I'll do a before and after comparison for you guys. Kind of show a video of me doing the install and everything, but that'll be the next part of the video, and I am excited. I can't wait to get this on. I have been watching videos, listening to sound clips for weeks before deciding on this setup, so I'm super excited to get it on and share it with you guys. All right, so we're gonna do the exhaust on the Focus ST this weekend. We got the Whoosh catless downpipe there, and then we've got the Roush Cat-Back system underneath there. It's gonna go on. You know, and like some of you guys, I've got just like a regular size garage. It's normal height, so can't really put a lift in here and stuff. So it's kind of a pain in the butt sometimes. One thing that I did do to do this is I lifted the car up, and I've got it up on jack stands to make it a little bit easier for me to crawl under there and do the exhaust instead of just jacking up like the front or the back or one side or whatever. I've been looking at some lift options that would fit in here. They lift, you know, like 25 to 30 inches. There's a couple of different options out there. So maybe that's a route I'll end up going. But for now, this is the way I'm going to do it. So we're going to go ahead and jump under there and get started. We're going to remove this cover just like we do for an oil change or anything else like that. There's 3 Torx screws or bolts on the back, 3 along the front, and then 1 on each side. We're going to pull those out, give us access to everything up there, the downpipe and everything. We'll end up removing these crossbars for the exhaust at some point to be able to get up there to everything. To get to those, we have to remove these covers on either side. It looks like they're just these screw clips that hold those in, so we'll go through and remove all those, drop all those out of the way on both sides to give us easier access to everything we're going to need on the exhaust here. All right, so the biggest pain in the ass on this thing for you guys or for anyone is going to be disconnecting the oxygen sensors that are in the back of the engine bay right back there. I don't have my flashlight to light it up very well, but so far that's taken me the longest to do. Just trying to get my hands in there, figure out where the tab is to disconnect it. I'll show what that looks like at some point when I get these out, just so you can know how to do it without seeing it, because unless you pull off this entire cowl, you really can't see it. And honestly, I was going to do that, but those wipers are a pain in the butt to get off. They're stuck on there. So I've got the oxygen sensor disconnected. Now I'm going to go under the car, unbolt the mount for the downpipe, and start unbolting some of the brackets below the exhaust so I can get to the rest of the bolts here. All right, so we're underneath the car here. Turn the light around a little bit. And we're going to take out this bracket here. I already pulled off the two nuts that were on here, but there's two more up under these hard covers on either side. So we got to pull those out. And there were some screws that were in here. We kind of pulled those out right there. But now we got to pull out all these like retainer clips that are all the way around there. And that means time for my favorite tool, the body clip tool or the trim clip tool. So I'm going to pop all those out really quick and get this thing dropped. And there's actually going to be two bolts still on either side of this bracket. So I got this side off. Kind of a pain in the butt because it's really dirty up here, and these things are threaded on here, plus they have the little tabs in there. But there's the cover, so I gotta take the other side off, pull those two bolts out on this side. There's probably two on that side, and then I can get to the downpipe where it connects to the exhaust right there and get all that unhooked really quick. Hey, remember that part where I said I'm using my favorite tools? You know what, honestly, sometimes all you need is a big damn hammer to just knock out those stupid little tabs. I have extra body clips, so just use a flat screwdriver. I don't know what the heck I did with it. Somewhere, put it up against those things, just beat the head off of them so the tab comes out, and then just replace them. That's easier than messing around, because the things on this car are super flimsy. They suck. Just knock them out and replace them. That's going to be way easier. Trust me, the other way was silly. All right, but now I've got that crossbar out, so now I can get kind of to those nuts right there and access to the mount right there, because I'm going to loosen those, get those loosened up, and then I've already disconnected the mount on the bottom side that connects to the motor mount, and we should be able to start sliding that downpipe out of there, I believe. We'll find out. We'll see what happens here. All right, I've got some penetrating oil on those bolts connecting the downpipe to the actual Cat-Back, and then here is the bracket that I actually disconnected from the downpipe to this motor mount. We're actually going to replace this motor mount today too. I've got the new one, so once I get this downpipe out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and just pull out that motor mount too and get that swapped out. Honestly, the motor mount, bolt here, bolt there. Yeah, that's it. And then it comes out. I do have to finish getting all this bracket crap out of the way though. So I'm going to unbolt all this stuff, disconnect it here and everything, to make that a little bit easier to get in here and get all this. But like I said, I'm going to get this downpipe out first. I'm letting that penetrating oil soak in there, and then I'll come back to it here in just a little bit. You know, and this job isn't terrible. There's a lot of stuff involved in it. It would be way easier if I had a lift. I mean, I don't have much room under here, so getting this up in the air so I could stand and do it would make this go a lot faster. But me, like a lot of you guys, probably don't have access to one, so I'm doing it this way. It can be done. I'm a big guy crawling under this little tiny car. But again, not really a hard job so far. We'll see what happens when I get to the Cat-Back exhaust part though, and we'll go from there.
I thought you moved the camera. What?
All right, so stock downpipe out. Thing's a big, ugly beast. Aftermarket, catted off-road downpipe. That's going to be replacing it. Sexy stainless steel, ugly, gross stock. Again, these things suck. These things are the worst thing ever. These oxygen sensor plugs. So the way they connect, this is your downstream one. It plugs in through the bottom like this. You have to push this tab in right here. There's this tab. To push that in as hard as you can and slide this off. The other one plugs in from the bottom as well, but it's like this. And the tab on this one is on the top back side. So you gotta kind of knock these out so you can get to the tab. Same thing, push it in as hard as you can and then separate them. It's a pain in the butt. That honestly took me the longest. I spent way too long trying to figure out how to do that, guys. It sucks, but just so you know, like, those clips, they're tiny. They don't push very far. Like, you just push them in as hard as you can, just separate them. You've got to almost use two hands, and that's kind of the pain in the butt part, doing it from the top. Honestly, I tried doing it from the bottom. I'm wearing a jacket, so that didn't make it much easier. But trying to get in right here. I got some light down there now. They're back behind this PCV valve assembly thing. I moved that little clip to give me some room in there. But it was kind of a pain in the butt. I don't know. I probably spent 30 minutes just trying to disconnect those stupid oxygen sensors. And man, got my arms all scraped up and pain in the butt. The downpipe, I mean, that didn't take any time at all. I unbolted the bracket. It's like, I don't know, 4 or 5 different bolts kind of holding that assembly together. Unbolted that. Unbolted it from the Cat-Back, which I had to use some penetrating oil and then use a pry bar to get those to loosen up on there. But that didn't take long. And then once I got the little V-band clamp thing off of the downpipe, I mean, it slid right out. Had to wiggle it around a little bit because there's some bolts on there for the bracket. But honestly, getting it out was way easier than disconnecting these stupid brackets. Like, you're gonna struggle with these, they suck. Removing the cowl probably would have made it easier up here. Dude, getting these off, you almost need like one of those 3-jaw puller things to get those off. I struggled for a bit. I didn't spend too much time on that. I spent maybe 60 seconds trying. I said, nope, not gonna mess with it. Before I just started disassembling my air intake here, pulled the battery cover off, and went in that way. And it sucked, but I was able to get it. And if you have smaller hands, smaller arms, it might be easier for you. Now I'm a big dude, I'm 6'4", like 300 pounds, so there's not much room here. You can see my hand right there. Getting it back in here really sucked, but it's off. There it is. I'm gonna transfer oxygen sensors over to the new pipe. I am gonna use a defouler on here that came with it to keep any check engine lights from popping on. I'm using the smallest restrictor that came with the kit there. And it just has like a little clamp thing on the inside there, like a snap ring that holds it in place. So I'll be putting that on there, putting the oxygen sensor on this part of it to hopefully avoid any check engine lights. I'm not in an emissions testing state, so it doesn't matter that much, but I want to do it so it's done. I never have to mess with it again. So that's what I'm going to get ready to do really quick right now. And then we'll just be reusing the O2 sensors that were in the factory downpipe there, and just make sure you use some anti-seize on there. And then the upstream one will go directly into the front here, and then the downstream one, that back one there that goes right there, that's the one we'll use the defouler with. And we'll mount that defouler, oh, don't lose my copper gasket there, facing forward right there. So that way when the exhaust is coming through, it's not all going up in there against that sensor. We'll have it facing forward, so that way it's just picking up a little bit of the exhaust gases and stuff there. And to remove these, I'm just using one of these little O2 sensor socket things right there. These are nice because they can just slide over that and go right onto the thing there. And then we just pry it off there. It takes a little bit of force, not too much, but those work really well. So watch for a link down below. Okay, so now I've got this Whoosh catless downpipe all ready to go. Oxygen sensors installed, defouler, and I've got the little downpipe mount already on there, ready to go. So we're gonna get ready to toss it up in the car. One thing to make sure you definitely get, there's this little tiny gasket seal thing that came off the old one. Make sure you have that on there. Super, super important. All right, so downpipe is in. There's the turbo there, downpipe there, oxygen sensor back there, and all the wires going way up there, which really sucked. So now on to the Cat-Back. Actually, before I forget, this is the motor mount I'm gonna be putting in. It's the Whoosh Motorsports Race Rear Motor Mount. It's gonna be going right there. Be pretty easy now that all those brackets and stuff are off from that stock downpipe. All I gotta do is basically unbolt it, slide the new one in there. Gotta move that other bracket out of the way, but won't be too hard in comparison to what I just did. All right, so on to the actual exhaust now, and what we're gonna do is cut it right here. So you can see I've already been cutting it there, and I guess no going back now. So we got to finish and get this out and put in the new exhaust, which is going to be super awesome anyway. And I'm super excited. That Roush Cat-Back is going to sound sick. Great success. Well, almost. I still got to pull the back part off. But we got the middle section off, so we're making progress. And that big ugly muffler is out. That's easy. All it took was a Sawzall and a hammer and beating on stuff. All right, so we've got the exhaust all in there hanging up right now. Just gonna get ready to go through and start tightening up all the clamps and then finish putting together the bottom of the vehicle. We've got it close to being centered. We'll make some adjustments there to get it as centered as possible, but we are just about done with the exhaust here, so that's feeling pretty good. And then we've gone ahead and tightened up the hanger for the downpipe, and I've tightened up the flange bolts. And now I'm just going to kind of work my way back, tightening up all the clamps on the exhaust all the way to the back, and then we'll be about done with that. All right, so the exhaust is complete. There's the downpipe right up there. Exhaust all the way back there, looking awesome. Now we're going to do this motor mount right here. I took off the bracket that was on the side of this that held down the factory downpipe because the Whoosh one does not use that bracket, so I just removed that. So now I've just got to loosen the bracket at the front of the motor mount, loosen the motor mount, and then get everything swapped over. Okay, so now I got the motor mount out and the bracket. There's the old motor mount there. This is the Whoosh one that's going in. And then there's the bracket. You can see there's the way it mounts. There's a bolt on the front, and there's two bolts on the back that hold it up to the transmission up here that they've got to be unbolted so you can get that motor mount out. So now I'm just going to put the new motor mount up in there and start bolting it all back together, and we'll be done in no time with this. And there we go. Rear motor mount installed. That was easy. Took only, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes or so. But I was already in here doing all this other stuff, so that's why it was easy. Well, guys, there it is. A full exhaust install using that Whoosh catless downpipe and the Roush Cat-Back exhaust, the 3-inch system. Honestly, it sounds amazing. It's exactly what I was looking for in sound. Like I said, I'm not kidding, probably thousands of video clips, listened to thousands of sound clips, trying to find the sound that I wanted for my car. And it really came down to just a few choices for me. But the Roush had the raspiness at that wide open throttle I was looking at, but kind of the deep rumbly sound at cruising speeds, and that's why I went with it. I'll get some more videos. The video I have on here is just a really quick wide open throttle, just a comparison of stock versus the this exhaust on there. So I'll get some more videos to post up and stuff. And then one thing I didn't really talk about too much in the video, but I've got to mention that Whoosh rear motor mount. Holy smokes, the car handles like a different vehicle. When you step on the gas, it used to be the steering wheel would jerk kind of back and forth. And you guys that have these cars, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This thing is solid now. You don't even feel that. When you're shifting gears, it feels different. It just feels a lot more solid. And it's crazy to me that a rear motor mount could make this much difference, but it does. You know, I had read reviews and stuff that talked about how great it was. Until I tried it, though, I didn't believe it. But oh my gosh, if you have a Focus ST, buy a rear motor mount. Don't wait. It's literally super simple to do. You know, within under an hour, you could do it. I mean, I had my car all apart because I was doing my exhaust, so I had a bunch of stuff removed. It took me like 5 minutes to do it. Anyone could do this rear motor mount super fast, and it is worth it. The handling change is amazing. I don't have any vibration from the motor running. I don't feel any vibrations or anything. That's something that all the reviewers had mentioned there was no issue with. That's why I went with the race motor mount. Go with that one. Seriously, it's amazing. You will not regret it. If you liked my video, be sure to like it, leave comments below. Please be sure to subscribe down there and then hit that little notification thing so that way you get notified when I post up more videos. If there's something else you want to see or something else you think I should have done, or if you got an exhaust that you really like, stuff like that, post a comment down below. I will have some links down in the description for some of the tools I use, some of the parts I used and stuff like that. Appreciate you guys checking out the video, and until next time.